Okay, so I wanted to review with you what will be on your exam. So we'll have our exam review. The average Homo sapiens brain size is what size? 750 cc's, 400 to 500 cc's, 3 cc's, or 1500 cc's? The answer is 1500 cc's. Bacteria undergo sexual reproduction called conjugation, whereby they attach their blank and exchange DNA. What do they use to attach to each other to undergo conjugation? Is that flagella, cilia, plasmids, or pili? And the answer is pili. Some scientists believe that all humans originated from what location? It's Africa. Fossilized remains of ancient bacteria that may provide the Earth's early oxygen were stromatolites. Bacteria reproduce quickly, therefore mutations spread quickly. When one species spends its entire life inside another, this is called endosymbiosis. Fully arboreal apes that are monogamous are gibbons. Primates include lemurs, lorises, potos, tarsiers, and arthropods. The most common fungus is what? It's a mushroom. Hyphae and mushrooms branch to form mycelium. Gastropods have no shell. Clams are bivalves. Jawless fish are classified as agnatha. Insects, crustaceans, and arachnids all have jointed appendages, open circulation, and an exoskeleton. Therefore, they're referred to as arthropods. If you drink creek water, you could be at risk for getting amoebic dysentery. Bacteria that can withstand extreme environments are called archaeobacteria or extremophiles, and those are like the salt-loving, which is halophiles, heat-loving, which is thermophiles. All protists that move with phosphate are classified as ciliopherans, flagellates, or sarcodines, and that's sarcodines. Plasmodial slime mold is classified as a animal, plant-like, or fungus-like protist. That is fungus-like. Bacteria have a DNA in a ring called a plasmid. Toxic shock syndrome can be caused by which of the following? Wearing a tampon too long, eating undercooked meat, or exposure to cat feces? And the answer is all of the above. And that's the answer, all of the above. Facultative anaerobes can live with or without oxygen. This type of bacteria is long chains that are spiral. That's going to be Streptospirilla. Spirilla is going to be spiral-shaped. Coccus is round, and Bacilli is rod-shaped. And then Diplo is pairs. Staphylo is grape-like clusters, and Strepto is long chains. Botulism is also known as food poisoning. You have Rhizobium, that's going to be a bacteria on roots that's going to help fix nitrogen. Sponges are classified as porifera. Tapeworms are platyhelminthes because they're flat. Segmented worms are annelids. Roundworms are nematodes. There are approximately 7,000 species of sponge. Horseshoe crabs, spiders and scorpions, and mites and ticks all belong to the group Chelicerata. Sponges have a skeletal-like structure called spicules, which create a form and function for them. One estimation of the largest tapeworm passed by a human was 39 meters. Mollusk and jellyfish have a jet propulsion system that helps them to move. It's similar to jet propulsion, to push water in and out of their body. Earthworms have a closed circulation. Roundworms and like pinworms are nematodes. Sponges and many other organisms have both male and female reproductive structures, and those are known as, any of those organisms are hermaphrodites. Arthropods have an exoskeleton made of chitin. Starfish have radial symmetry. Bony fish include salmon, tuna, trout, many other species, and those are going to be osteichthyes. Centipedes are classified as Cholopoda. Spiders have spinnerets to spin their webs. Spinnerets to spin their webs. Amphibians have eggs that are hard or amniotic, whereas frogs, take that back. Amphibians have gelatinous jelly-type eggs, like a frog egg, and then things like reptiles are going to have a hard amniotic egg. Birds are endothermic or warm-blooded. Reptiles lay those hard amniotic eggs. A frog has 3 chambers in its heart. A swim bladder is like a contractile vacuole. In a protist, it's going to get out excess water so the critter doesn't blow up and explode. A frog has a bigger brain than a fish. Ray-finned fish include trout, perch, tuna, bass. Dogs are in the order Carnivora. Units of heredity on a chromosome are called genes. Those different traits that you get, like big A, little a, just one of those letters is going to be an allele. Different traits arise in organisms over time due to mutations, crossing over, and recombination. The diploid number is in body cells, so that's going to be double the number and is designated as 2n. Haploid's going to be n, and it's going to be half the number. Different molecular forms of a gene are alleles, which I spoke of a minute ago. If you have a diploid number of 16, your haploid number is going to be 8. Diploid double, haploid half's what you need to think about. The universal blood donor is going to be O negative. The universal blood recipient is AB positive. There are 3 alleles for blood types: big I superscript A, big I superscript B, and little I. If you're codominant for one of those types of blood, you're codominant for AB because that means both of those show up. Huntington's is a progressive degenerative nervous disorder. Progressive nervous disorder is called Huntington's. Your brain and spinal cord are part of your central nervous system. The vessels that carry blood away are arteries, away from your heart. Arteries to your heart are veins, and the smallest vessels in your body are capillaries. The largest artery in your body is the aorta. The structures that get blood out to the lungs are pulmonary arteries. The ones that bring it back are pulmonary veins. When a baby's born, whenever they cry, that's to inflate the lungs with air. The structure of the eye in the back that allows light to reflect is going to be, and allows for focusing of light, is your retina. The portion of the brain for balance and coordination is your cerebellum. The type of bone at the end of bones that's softer and allows for growth is spongy bone versus in the middle, which is compact. When you get older, you can break your bones more easily, and that's osteoporosis. Structure in the female that holds a developing embryo is the uterus. The structure that produces sperm is the testes. The outer layer of tissue in an embryo is ectoderm, middle is mesoderm, and inside is endoderm. The structure in your body that secretes bile when you eat fatty foods is the gallbladder. The ascending, transverse, and descending colon all make up the large intestine, or the colon. The ascending goes up, transverse across, descending down. The type of protist that algae is a plant-like protist because you have plant-like, animal-like, and fungus-like, and algae are a plant-like protist. The largest organ in your body is your skin. That is your review.